Hello and welcome to the third episode of Let's Talk About Mental Health. I am the Rusu welfare officer called Bandy. I feel like Rolo, stop it. I'm so sorry. I've had so many interruptions filming this video. I can't get over the fact that my tea matches my cup, matches my dress, but anyway. So I thought it's kind of very fitting to kind of talk about how to support your mental health during lockdown, because I think, let's be honest, everyone finds it's just not the nicest of experiences. But this is a reminder that you did get through lockdown, first lockdown, and that was like 3 months, I think. I can't even remember. Oh my god, it feels like a lifetime away, but hopefully this lockdown, fingers crossed, will be only for a month, and 2nd of December we can like step outside our homes and flats and breathe the fresh air. I mean, you can do that now, but I don't know, so I know a lot of people will be working from home, either that university work, part-time work. So I thought of like some really simple suggestions of how to help yourself when you're working from home, because most of the time people are like, oh my god, the cat's trying to get out, sorry. Anyway, so they're really like distracting me. Maybe I should put in all the bloopers in this video, because my god, there were so many. But anyways, I feel like working from home can be really difficult sometimes, and most of the time most people are kind of like working, living, breathing, pooing in the same space that they're like working, and that's like not ideal. So some of the things I think might help you separate work life from home life, this kind of works for me, it might not work for everyone, but is to kind of wear different clothes while you're working compared to when you're relaxing. I mean, it's so comfy wearing your joggers and your PJs when you're in Zoom calls and meetings and lectures and stuff, but I think it doesn't help you when you're trying to get off to sleep and you're trying to like have your downtime, basically. The second kind of suggestion that I will recommend is to I do this as well, so I feel like I should really practice what I preach, is to not work in your bed while you're like, you know, doing your 9 to 5, doing your lectures, because I think subconsciously your mind doesn't separate work from like sleeping time, and I think you've got to like treat your bed as like the holy sanctuary of not, especially if you have like bad sleeping patterns. For some people, like they can literally sit in their bed all day and just fall off to sleep like that. I'm personally not like that, and if you are a bit like me and if you have sleep troubles, I highly recommend to not even like really use your bed during the day and kind of come to it during the evening, because then that will help you better off get to sleep. I've read numerous amounts of sleeping books, so these are suggestions I've got from there. The other thing is, if you're not self-isolating, of course, is to go on some walks. I literally spent, and this is so bad, a week indoors, and I just felt so like, I don't know, I just didn't feel fresh. I didn't feel like, I became quite lethargic, tired, and when I went out for a walk, just in the park for like 40 minutes, honestly, my mind was just so refreshed. And it is like, I know this advice sounds so simple, but I honestly think the simplest advice is the best advice. And I personally, I'm a little bit more on the introverted side, but I think connecting with your friends to some degree. I know a lot of people are like putting out like Zoom quizzes and stuff like that, but I think there is a such thing as Zoom fatigue. And yeah, and I used to get barraged with like, you know, 2 to 3 like Zoom quizzes a week, and I was like, no, I just kind of just want to shut off for a bit, and that's okay as well. Like, it's okay to say no sometimes and really carve out that me time for yourself. Everyone is super different. Sometimes people just need 1 hour carving out me time. Some people need like 2 to 3 evenings, and that is completely fine and it's completely up to you. And I think just like another I mean, I guess this isn't a tip, but I think a lot of people feel like they need to be like super productive because they feel like they have all this time because you're stuck indoors, but you got to remember you still have to get on with your like work or lectures during the day, whatever. You still got to like cook, clean, you know, do your regular home stuff, background. I call it like background noise. And you know, you still got to connect with your family and friends. So that does take up a significant proportion. So don't feel bad if you know, haven't created like a model Harry Potter land. I don't know why. I've been watching like reruns of Harry Potter. That's how I've stayed productive. And so I thought I'd share with you some like apps and some things that I do just in case I have gotten like really bored, or if you've gotten really bored, sorry. And that is, and I am by no means a painter, any sorts, but I did order from Hobbycraft. It did take about 2 weeks to come, but let's ignore that. You can get it from like other places like Amazon and stuff like that, but I got a paint by numbers thing. And it like when I first opened it up, I was really confused. It was just like all these little sections with like loads of numbers, but for like 2 to 3 times a week, I stick on a podcast of my choice, listen to that for like 40 minutes and just like paint. It's kind of like mindful painting. Like I don't really think about anything else. I kind of just zone out, do my thing, and like everyone is different. You've just got to find your thing that just, you know, the world doesn't exist to you at this point in time when you're doing that task. It's kind of like the state of flow. And it's really highly recommended that you just do something that just kind of breaks up your structure within your day. And yes, so I've just started it yesterday. And I bought 2 packs because I'm a nerd. I just bought 2 packs, and yeah, and I've just been really enjoying it. I've just really been loving it. And if you are having a little bit of a difficult time and like finding things more difficult to mentally process, what helps for me is journaling. And I bought a journal like ages ago. Oh my god, well, it says Bandy's journal. But it's really fancy. You can go really cheap. You can get like notebooks for like £2. But I just went a little bit of the extra mile and ordered this one because I knew, like, I don't know about you, but if I have a nice notebook, I tend to write in it more, and like I don't journal in it every single day. I think like I just journal when I feel like it, and I just write down my lists and my goals, and it just helps me prioritise things. So yeah, so I really recommend that. If you are from Reading University and you are feeling really lonely, the diversity officer, Rachel Waits, has set up a supporting our students scheme. It's called SOS. I will put the link down below, or it'll be in the LinkedIn tree on Instagram on Rusu. But that basically, it's like a virtual buddy system. So like if you are having a bit of a hard time during lockdown, or if you're in halls, if you're in private accommodation, you can set that up and you can kind of say what your interests are, who you are, and then Rachel W will set you up with kind of a staff or student. I think you can have a preference. Also, there is Life Tools webinars that is hosted by Dr. Alicia. She was on the podcast that me, Rachel and myself did, talking about love and romantic relationships, but she's really, really good. They're like weekly, there's like loads of different sessions throughout every single week. I think it's on like Blackboard, like online lecture kind of format. I literally graduated this year, so I haven't done the online lectures, but I will also link that down below. And she kind of covers everything from like not feeling motivated to like happiness, sleep. Like she covers a wide range of like well-being topics, so I highly recommend to go to those. Also, so many societies are doing loads of different virtual activities. There's like Open Mind, Anti-Stress. They do all sorts like well-being, craft, art stuff, and yeah. So I will link down their like Instagrams or like Facebooks somewhere down below. So you can join those societies. I'm trying to think of what else. Also, if you are having if you're in halls and you're really bored and you don't know what to do and your friends have gone home, there is the Homes at Halls app, and the lovely lady Claire Dickinson, she organises loads of different events for people in halls, so I highly recommend going to those. There was like pumpkin carving for like October, pizza making, and she gives you like the crafts basically to do it, so it doesn't cost you too much money. And finally, if you are like mentally really struggling, there is the COVID support team, which is kind of like managed by the welfare team at Reading University, and there's also the counselling and wellbeing services. So yes, so those are the host of different things that can support you through lockdown. Also, oh my god, the Reading community page, which is so nice. I was a student when I was kind of using that, and students kind of just post like little stuff they're doing, societies kind of promote their like stuff as well, so you can kind of like look through that. And yeah, so I just want to make sure that you know that you're supported through this lockdown by RUSU, by Reading University, and I hope some of these tips would be useful. And yes, all right, see you in the next episode. Bye.